One.
Hine ma tov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov manayim, shevet achim gam yachad. Shabbat Shalom and welcome to Temple Bethel, Israel, Shabbat morning. It is wonderful to see you here. I hope you can join us in prayer. Feel free to sing out loud. Feel free to read any sections you like and enjoy and connect with Adonai. But first, we wrap ourselves in the fringes of the Talit. In order to pray, we must wrap ourselves in the fringes of the prayer shawl. Whether we wear a talit or choose not to, however, we still spiritually wrap ourselves in the blessings and obligations of the mitzvot. And therefore, it is for all of us to offer the blessing. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu lehitatef batzitzit. Blessed are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to wrap ourselves in the fringes. Matu oha'alecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael v'ani birov chastecha avo veitecha estacha ve'elecha kodshecha v'yiratecha batovu oha'alecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael Adonai ahavti ma'on beitecha u'mekom mishkan kivodecha v'ani eshtachaver ve'echra'ah elecha lifnei Adonai osi matovu oha'alecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael v'ani tefilati lecha Adonai et ratzon Elohim birov chastecha aneni be'emet hishecha matovu oha'alecha Yaakov mishkenotecha Yisrael. How lovely and how wonderful it is that all of you live in such wonderful tents, O children of Israel. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani b'tzelem Elohim, who made me in the image of God. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam she'asani ben chorin, who has made me free. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, she'asani Yisrael, who has made me a Jew. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Ozer Yisrael b'gvura, who girds Israel with strength. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Oter Yisrael b'tifara, who crowns Israel with splendor. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav, v'tzivanu la'asok b'divrei Torah, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to engage with words of Torah. Elu dvarim she'ein lahem shi'ur, she'adam ochel perotehem ba'olam hazeh, v'hakeren kayemet lo, la'olam haba. These are things that are limitless, of which a person enjoys the fruit of the world, while the principle remains in the world to come. They are honoring one's father and mother, engaging in deeds of compassion, arriving early for study morning and evening, dealing graciously with guests, visiting the sick, providing for the wedding couple, accompanying the dead for burial, being devoted in prayer, and making peace among people. But the study of Torah encompasses them all. Ashrei yoshvei beitecha, od yahalelucha selah, ashrei ha'am shekacha lo, ashrei ha'am she'adonai Elohav. Happy are those who dwell in your house, they forever praise you. Happy the people who have it so, happy the people whose God is Adonai. Yitgadal yitgadal shemei rabbah, ve'omad v'lachutei yom lich malchutei, v'chayeichon u'vyomeichon, u'v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'agala, u'vizman kariv, v'meru, Amen. Yehei Shnei Rabba Mevarach, La'olam Ulam Mehamaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach, V'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar, V'yithomam, V'yitnasei, V'yithadar, V'yitadeh, V'yithalal, Shemei V'kudesha, B'richu. Le'elam min kol birchata v'shirata, tushbirchata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma, v'imru, Amen. Blessed, praised, honored, exalted, extolled, glorified, adored and lauded be the name of the Holy Blessed One, beyond all earthly words and songs of blessing, praise, and comfort, to which we say, Amen. Baruch hu et Adonai, Hamvorach. Baruch Adonai, Hamvorach, Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, Yotzer or uvarei choshech, Oseh shalom uvarei et hakol, Hameir la'aretz v'ladarim aleha, V'rachamim uv'tuvo mechadesh, V'chol yom tamid ma'aseh v'reishit. Praised are you, Adonai, our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of light and darkness, who makes peace and fashions all things. In mercy you illumine the world and those who live upon it. In your goodness you daily renew creation. Ma rabu ma'asecha Adonai, kulam b'chachma asita, malaha aretz kinyanecha, Yitbarach Adonai Eloheinu, al shevach ma'aseh yadecha, ve'al me'orei or she'asita, yifa'arucha, Selah. Or Chadash, Al Tzion Ta'ir, v'nizkechu lanu meheira le'oro, Baruch atah Adonai yotzer ha'ma'orot. Ahava rabba ahavtanu, Adonai Eloheinu, chemla gedola v'tera chamalta aleinu, va'avur avotenu v'imotenu, shebatchu b'cha, v'atlamdem chukei chayim, kein techanenu, utlamdenu. Ve'ha'erinenu b'toratecha, v'dabek limenu b'mitzvotecha, ve'yached levavenu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha, v'lo nevosh, v'lo nikalem, v'lo nikashem le'oram ba'ed, ve'ha'erinenu b'toratecha, v'dabek libenu b'mitzvotecha, ve'yached levavenu le'ahava u'yir'a et shemecha. How deeply you have loved us, Adonai our God, gracing us with surpassing compassion. On account of our forebears, whose trust led you to teach them the laws of life, be gracious to us, teaching us as well. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha v'chol levacha u'chol nafshecha u'chol me'odecha v'hayu hadvarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinatam levanecha v'dibarta b'am v'shivtecha b'beitecha u'vlechtecha b'derech u'v'shoftecha u'v'kurmecha u'kshartam le'hod al yedecha v'hayu letotafot bein einecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'v'isharecha Lema'an tizkeru v'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'hitem kedoshim le'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim lehiot lachem le'Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem. Adonai said to Moses as follows, "Speak to the Israelite children and instruct them to make for themselves fringes on the corners of their garments throughout the ages. Let them attach a cord of blue to the fringe at each corner. That shall be your fringe. Look at it and recall all the commandments of Adonai and observe them, so that you do not follow your heart and eyes in your urges." Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi chamocha nedar ba'kodesh, norati lot, ol sefer, norati lot, ol sefer. Shirach chadash Asher Shibchu Gerulim L'Shimcha Al Safat Hayam Yachad Kulam Hodu V'Hemlichu V'Amiru Adonai Yimloch L'Olam Va'ed Zu Yisrael Kuma Bezrat Yisrael Uvtechenu Mecha Yehuda B'Yisrael Koleinu Adonai Tzvaot Shemo Kedosh Yisrael Baruch Atah Adonai God Yisrael Adonai Sifetai Tiftach Ufi Agiti Hilatecha Adonai, open up my lips, that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu v'Elokei Avoteinu v'Imoteinu, Elohei Avraham, Elohei Yitzchak, v'Elokei Yaakov, Elohei Sarai, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, v'Elokei Leah. Ha'el Hagadol, Hagimon Ha'anorah, El Elyon, Gomer Chasadim Tovim, V'koneh Hakol, V'zocher Chastei Avot V'imahot, U'mevi Geula Livnei V'nehem, L'ma'an Shemo Be'ahava, Melech Ozer U'Moshiach U'Magen, Baruch atah Adonai, Magen Avraham Be'ezrat Sarah. Atagi Bole Olam Adonai, Mechayeh HaKol Atarav L'Hoshia, Mechalkel Chayim B'Chesed, Mechayeh HaKol B'Rachamim Rabim, Somech Noflim B'Rofei Cholim, Umatir Asurim, Umekayim Emunato Lishenei Afar Michamocha Ba'al Gevurot Umito Melach Melech Benit Umechayeh Umatzmiach Yeshua V'ne'eman Atala Chayot HaKol Baruch atah Adonai Mechayeh HaKol. You are forever mighty, Adonai. You give life to all. You sustain life through love, giving life to all through great compassion, supporting the fallen, healing the sick, freeing the captive, keeping faith with those who sleep in the dust. Who is like you, source of mighty acts? Who resembles you, a sovereign who takes and gives life, causing deliverance to spring up, and faithfully giving life to all? Blessed are you, Adonai, who gives life to all. Let us sanctify your name on earth as it is sanctified in the heavens above, as it is written by your prophet, Holy, holy, holy is Adonai Tzvaot. God's presence fills the whole earth. Kadosh, Kadosh, Kadosh Adonai Tzvaot, Meloch haaretz kivodo. Adir Adirenu Adonai Adonenu Ma'adir Shimcha B'chol haaretz. Baruch kivod Adonai mimekomo. Echad Eloheinu Avinu Malkeinu Moshienu. V'hu yashmienu b'rachamav le'enei kol chai. Ani Adonai Elohechem. Yimloch Adonai Elohayich Tzion, Ledor Vador, Hallelujah. Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador Nagi Galecha, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador Nagi Galecha, Ulenetzach V'tzachim, Kedushatecha Nakdish, Kedushatecha Nakdish, V'shivchacha Eloheinu, Mipinu lo yamush, Le'olam, Le'olam, Ba'ed. Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador Nagi Galecha, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador, Ledor Vador Nagi Galecha, Baruch Atah Adonai Ha'el HaKadosh. To all generations we will declare your goodness, and for all eternity proclaim your holiness. Your praise, O God, shall never depart from our lips. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Those who keep Shabbat by calling it a delight will rejoice in your realm. The people that hallow Shabbat will delight in your goodness. For being pleased with the seventh day, you hallowed it as the most precious of days, drawing our attention to the work of creation. Yesmechu v'malachutecha, shomrei, shomrei, shomrei Shabbat, v'korei orneg Shabbat. We continue silently with the 18 benedictions, the Shemona Esrei. Pray with all of your spirit and with all of your heart.
Going back on.
Sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, tova uveracha, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da 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 da, yada da da da. sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, sim, 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 shalom, Torah uveracha. We spend just a moment as we consider those in need of healing, be it physical, spiritual, or emotional. And as we do, we consider our lives and the challenges we all face, and that at this time in our lives, we are all in need. May it be so in our lives and in the lives of every person on the face of the planet, that we can all live in a state of perpetual healing. Ken Yehi Ratzon, may it be God's will. And now we spend some time with the Haftarah this week, keeping in mind that this is a double Torah portion week, Matot and Maseh, and therefore last night we talked about the Torah portion, Matot, and as is certainly the Reformed tradition, today we talk about the Haftarah, so we do the Torah from the first parasha of the weekend and the Haftarah from the second. This one comes from a prolific prophet of all of them, Jeremiah. He was the most inward. He was very much to himself in his agonized, almost psychotic visions. He saw Jerusalem's destruction, and he was jailed for preaching negative ideas. When the Babylonians destroyed the city in 586, he became one of the exiles who the Babylonians took with them, and he in fact died in Egypt. So the selection presents another one of Jeremiah's sermons of rebuke. He spends a lot of time snapping and yelling at the people that they are not following God's laws and that this is a God who will punish them for not considering what they are doing. He predicts disaster for a society that has forsaken God and God's law, even as the Torah portion warns Israel against defiling the land by violence. But we know that when they enter the land, it is going to be a violent assault on the community. They are going to have to go in and fight, even though it is the land that God has given them. They are going to have to fight against people who are very grounded, very stabilized, and very secure in their land. They are coming in as traveling people who have not had any groundedness actually in their lives. And so here we go. This is going to really be a challenge for them. And so this is what he is saying. You know, yes, they had come in, they had taken the land, and now Jeremiah is saying to them, be very careful of what you do and how you behave given the God who has protected you and brought you to give you the land. And as is the tradition, even with Jeremiah, the tradition is that all haftarot, all haftarah portions end with a positive statement. There are several that in fact do not. This is not one of them. If you are looking it up, you will find it. This is Jeremiah, and we are picking it up at chapter 2, verse 28, and then we're going to take one line out of chapter 3, and then we are going to do chapter 4, the first 2 lines. It's a little bit of a truncated haftarah, but you'll see why by the end. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar b'ni'im tovim v'ratzav b'divreihem hane'emarim be'emet. Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo u'v'nbi'eh ha'emet v'tzedek. Ve'ayeh Elohecha asher asita lach yakumu im yoshiucha be'et ra'atecha ki mispar arecha hayu Elohecha Yehudah. Halo me'ata karat li avi aluf neurai ata im tashuv Yisrael ne'um Adonai elai tashuv ve'im tasir shikutzecha mipanai velo tanud v'nish bata chai Adonai ve'emet v'mishpat uv'tzdaka v'hit barchuvo goyim uvo yet halalu. And where are those gods you made for yourself? Let them arise and save you if they can, in your hour of calamity. For your gods have become, O Judah, as many as your towns. Just now you called to me, Father, you are the guide of my youth. If you return, O Israel, declares the Lord, if you return to me, if you remove your abominations from my presence, and do not waver, and swear as the Lord lives in sincerity, justice, and righteousness, nations shall bless themselves by you and praise themselves also by you. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam tzur kol haolamim tzadik b'chol hadorot האל הנאמן האומר ועושה, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל הנביאים ועל יום השבת הזה, שנתת לנו אדוני אלוהינו, לקדושה ולמנוחה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך. יתברך שמך בפי כל החי, תמיד לעולם ועד. ברוך אתה, אדוני, מקדש השבת. Amen. We continue now with the Aleinu. Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon ha'kol, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, יגור עלינו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסף הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו בגודי מרומים. הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו אפס זולתו, ככתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום בהשמות אל לבביך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים בשמיים ממעל, והארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר, והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו Our thoughts turn to loved ones whom death has recently taken from us, and those who died at this season in years past. Our hearts open as well to the wider circles of loss in our community, and wherever grief touches the human family. Zichronam livracha. May their memories be a blessing in this year and always, as we spend a moment with those names on our yahrzeit list, and as we also remember all those taken by the hand of the oppressor, including over 1.5 million children of the Holocaust. Yet Kedal Yet Kedash Shemei Rabbah Be'almati V'rach Chidutei V'yam Lichmal Chutei V'chai Echon V'yom Echon V'chai Yedechol Beit Yisrael Ba'agalah V'vizman Kariv V'meru. Amen. Yehei Shmei Rabba Mevarach Le'olam Ulol Me'omaya Yitmarach V'yishtabach V'yitma'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yitadar V'yitalev V'yithalal Shemei Kutsha V'richu Le'elam Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tush Bechata V'nechemata Da'amiran Ba'omar V'meru. Amen. Yehei Shlom Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'yal Kol Yisrael V'meru. Amen. Oseh Shalom B'imromav V'yah Oseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'meru. Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us and to all Israel, to which we say, Amen. Bless our lives, our children, and our families. Bless all of those who have lost their way. Bring peace to all who seek a world of beauty. Give blessings, God, to all these today. Amen. Amen. May God bless this house with love. Amen. Amen. May God bless this house. Amen. And as always, we conclude by thanking God for the fruit of the vine and bread from the earth. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei pri hagafen. The miracle of Shabbat, the great blessing of being a Jew in this world. Voila, chala. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. May you have a good and restful Shabbat, and may God's earth know peace, and may we be those who help it come to be. Shabbat Shalom.